Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Was Recreated by the Shinigami. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, stay in tune for the rest of what if's coming your way over in Anime King and Anime King 3. If you're new, yes, you heard that correctly. I indeed have 3 channels. Yes, it's no joke, guys. Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3. Which I post what if on every single day. Yes, that's correct. Every single day for you guys to enjoy. Links will be down in the description, so go ahead and check them out. And yeah, enjoy. And also remember to turn on the bell notification so you can stay in tune for my posts. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we just jump right into this new episode? Begin the intro, guys. So the last time we left off, Naruto was stuck in limbo. He had died. But not a normal death. He had sacrificed his soul to take Madara down, using a Shiki fusion. Naruto's life had not been a pleasant one, well that pleasant. He had pushed himself hard in training, as he realized that learning a repertoire of jutsu might not be a bad thing. So he mastered several abilities, including the Shiki Fusion and the Hiroshin as well. Upon mastering the abilities, the war finally broke out. Things didn't went as well as he would have expected. For one, Sasuke had to die. 2. Naruto started to date Sakura for a month before. She was killed, and that literally broke him, because he had loved her. So with that, he went into a spiral. And then things just went a bit chaotic. People started to die all around him, his friends. People we thought that it was his family, close enough as well. Kakashi, Snatty, they all died. In the end, he was only able to grab Madara and seal him away, but Obito still lived. The Shinigami wouldn't accept that because, well, the souls that he was supposed to get were not coming to him. People were trapped, turned into White Zetsu forever. They were not dying. So he told Naruto that he should go back and fix it. As Naruto was surprised by that, he wanted him to fix it. But he had to change him though. So he changed Naruto's hair into black, and his eyes. He gave him Madara eyes. As he then sent him back to the past. Waking up, Naruto saw a girl being kidnapped, but he wondered what the hell the Kumo ninjas were doing. Given the fact that the Raikage was currently in a war, he saved the girl to find out that she was none other than Kushina Uzumaki, his mother. No, that was shocking. Well, not really his mother right now, because he was a Uchiha. She was surprised that he saved her. As they spoke for a while, she didn't really have much friends. She was close to Mikato though. He was the second Uchiha that she think of as a friend. They got attacked by another Kumo ninja as Naruto realized that they traveled in 4-man team. Naruto risked his life and jumping away, as Kushina thought that he was dead. She went berserk with the Kyuubi's chakra, but Naruto appeared. The reason why he had collapsed was because of the poison in the shuriken, but he was fine now. The fox chakra had flushed it out. So with that, they were called by Minato, as Naruto realized he might have changed certain events, because Minato was supposed to be the one that saved his 15-year-old mother at this time. So with that, the 17-year-old Naruto made their way back with him. The Anvus instantly guarded him, as they had no idea who he was, as Naruto was brought straight towards the tower. Upon arriving there, he saw Tsunade and Senbachan. She attacked him, but he put her down rather easily. His instincts kind of kicked in. He apologized for doing that, or saying that he would never say it again. He then told Hiruzen that he was the grandson of Madara. The reason being, the Shinigami told him that he couldn't explain where he was from, and the Naruto that he once was dead. He was Naruto Uchiha now. So he told the man that he was the grandson of Madara, and Naruto had to be arrogant with it. He did have Madara eyes, and now the three told him. He was also worried about being blind. From what he knew about the Sharingan, he didn't have anyone to switch eyes with if he awakened among Gityu. He made his way as Hiruzen gave him an apartment and some clothing as well, as he told him about him outside the village. Hiruzen was glad for him to be inside the village, but he had to put him on a bit of a watch as well. Making his way toward Ichiro Ramen to enjoy a bowl, Naruto was greeted by the beautiful Mikoto, the mother of Sasuke and Itachi, but not yet. It was then that she was called by Fukaku, who she didn't seem to like, as Fukaku saw Naruto and challenged him to a fight, because he didn't see Naruto as a true Uchiha. Naruto remembered him from the past life when he would always get into trouble and the man always gave him the nastiest glare. And now he had the power to beat the living crap out of him. This was gonna be fun, he thought to himself, as he laughed hysterically. So yeah guys, basically that's what left off. You guys can switch across the play, check out yourself, and also remember to stay in tune for the rest of the what is coming your way. I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. And also remember guys, turn on that bell notification, stay posted, and yeah, let's jump right into this new episode, shall we? After challenging Naruto, Fukaku left. Kami, I am so sick of him, said Mikoto, the moment he was out of earshot. All he does is prattle on, and pretend like a complete idiot. The clan this, the clan that. He's not even here, and he goes on like everything's about it, more than I do, for God's sake. She sighed, she pressed her head to the counter. He is an ass, isn't he, said Naruto. Just like Sasuke, he thought to himself. That's not it, said Mikoto. I am the representative of the whole clan. If the clan is in a bad position, I must protect it. I'm an only child, and my father is not getting any younger. So the job of looking after the clan must be left to me. My father is a supervisor. That is probably why he pays so much attention to me. But with conversations between me and him alone today, my father spoke of you, and what you did for Kushina. You were bold, reckless, and not a thing like Fukaku, not even in the slightest. And because of that, I think he's a bit jealous of you. Me? Said Naruto, as Mikoto nodded. A long-lost descendant of Uchiha Madara, who wouldn't be jealous of you? So, you can fight him, she said. You bet your pretty ass I am, said Naruto. As she looked towards him, you know, it's a good thing you're cute. As Naruto grinned. Later that evening, are you prepared, fool? Yep, I'm quite ready to kick your ass. Fukaku's expression turned murderous. You worm! As Naruto stifled a yawn. This was getting old, with all the talking. When were they gonna start? The sun was already setting, as the breeze took the leaf away from his feet, and blew them all around. Fukaku had been good on his word as he looked over. There were at least several dozen clan members crowded around the training ground, eager to see him lose or succeed. He didn't recognize any of them, but then again, he had only known Sasuke and Itachi. Mikoto stood at the forefront along with her father, a grizzled old man that looked like he's seen a lot. As Mikoto seemed rather pleased. Uchiha Naruto. She spoke. Fukaku has challenged your claim as a Uchiha. Do you accept this challenge? As Naruto grinned. Hell yeah, he said, as he was gonna enjoy this. A smile came on her lips. Very well. As she turned towards Fukaku. Fukaku Uchiha. Do you swear by the clan to fight with all your... Yes, he said, cutting her off. She scowled and took a step backwards as she returned to her father's side. Then begin, she said. Fukaku flashed you hand sign. Fire style. As Naruto paused. He saw the fireball coming towards him, but he could not move. Why couldn't he move? Memories was assaulting his mind. What the hell? It was like every jutsu Madara has ever seen, ever mastered, was now his own. As he saw all of them, the instinct to overpower Fukaku fireball, not even dodge it, the instinct to overpower it was there, to show him that he was beneath him. As Naruto grinned and flashed you hand sign, the Uchiha's eyes widened a bit, as they felt the build-up of chakra. As Naruto took in a deep breath. Fire style, he said. When his fire came out, it was truly majestic. Fukaku's eyes went wide as his own fireball was swallowed. Fukaku tried to dodge, but the flame was so massive that he had no way to get out of there. The great fire annihilation that Naruto used. He had really underestimated this person, as the last thing that he smelled was burning flesh, his own. Before the pain of unconsciousness took over, by just one attack he was done. Well, can't say I didn't see this coming. Those were Naruto's next words, spoken aloud, as the clan parted away the charred corpse that had belonged to the great Fukaku Uchiha. The man would likely never be a shinobi again, if he wasn't a corpse. The Great Fire Annihilation had done massive damage to the entire clearing, and worse, to his body. He had massive third-degree burns. One of his hands had all but burned to ash in the massive explosion. Not that Naruto felt sorry for him, mind you. Far from it. He was simply in awe of his own power. It was hard to believe that one of his own technique. Well, Madara's did a such good job of wiping that smug smile off the Uchiha face. If Kurama was still with him, he would have no doubt the fox would be laughing by now. Even now, people were putting out the fire with water. The Uchihas looked upon him with respect, awe, and also fear as well. And just as he might loathe to admit it, he just established a respected place for himself within the clan, and quite possibly change the future. As he thought about it, Mikoto came towards him. She seemed pleased with the end result. "Well done," she said. "I wasn't expecting that you knew such an excellent technique." Well, as expected of Madara descendant, her finger trailed across his cheek as he looked down towards her. As she pulled him down, "I do believe I'm starting to fall for you. More and more, Naruto-kun," she whispered in his ear. She took him by the arm and she started to lead him away from the others. "So how did it feel?" she asked, obliterating him in one single move. "I saw your face back there. You enjoyed it." As Naruto opened his mouth, but he shut it back, as he thought about what he was going to say. "Alright, Naruto, just roll with it," he thought. "It was easy," he said. After all of his years around Sasuke, he knew how to be arrogant. That fool wasn't even worthy of facing me. It was then that he realized something he might have just ended Itachi's existence before it even begun. But that was not really a bad thing, was it? Because if he hadn't, Itachi would have massacred the clan. He was here to change the future. Some change might not be pleasant, but it had to be done. "Which reminds me, Naruto-kun," she said. "I want to ask you a favor," she said. Naruto blinked at her request. "You want to fight me?" he asked. That was what she told him, as he cocked his head to the side. He didn't know what it was, but there was just something about her that was so alluring, that forced his eyes to stare on her. He then had to brush the bangs out of his face. He was not used to having this much hair. It was kind of reminding him of Madara himself. And that thought was not pleasant, after all. That man had cut down his friends, and he didn't like that one bit. But he was curious though. "Just a spar," she said. "No ninjutsu or genjutsu. Only our Sharingan. Perhaps a few kunais. I wish to test how your skill compared to mine." Naruto was surprised, given what he just did to Fukaku. "You have to forgive my lack of enthusiasm," he said. "Granted," she said. "You don't strike me as the type of person to hurt someone without cause. I like that. So, I'll sweeten the deal for you." He raised an eyebrow. "I beg your pardon," he said. As she smiled, he felt shivers run down his spine. What was it about her? "If I win, you will spend the remainder of the day with me, and the night in my quarters, and do whatever I ask until sunrise." Now that got him stunned, but he had to ask, "And if I win?" Look on her face. It seems like she didn't even think of the possibility of him winning against her. But she didn't smile. "I'll be yours," she said. "To do with as you please for the evening." As Naruto raised the eyebrow, just like that, he didn't believe her, but something inside him stirred at the challenge. "If I didn't know better, I would say that you're trying to get me in bed. You figured that out on your own, did you?" she asked. "Look, we barely even know each other." "What's to know?" she said. "I find you attractive. Don't you feel the same? It has nothing to do who you're related to or not. I could care less about that. However, what I do care about is your strength. You prove your power against Fukaku back there. You're obviously a match for most of our clan. I dare say, you would even best my father. And he's the clan head." And as his heir, I wish to see your true capability, first hand for myself. I hope you understand that. Yes, said Naruto, but I still fail to see why. You want me so badly. It seemed forward, but I've always known what I wanted in life, ever since I was younger. Someone strong, a man who doesn't piss or preen over tradition. Someone willing to stand up for himself and what he believes in. And until you came along, I started to lose hope. I never thought I would find someone like that. Unfortunately for you, as she glanced into his eyes, you've come into my life at the worst time possible. And you've done exactly what I thought the person would do when they finally arrive. You've turned my entire clan on its head. I expect you to take responsibility for what you did. And besides, she said, do you not find me attractive? The way she got closer to him caused Naruto's mind to spin uncontrollably. Who the hell was he staring at here? Itachi's mother. Yes, it was Itachi's mother. It was her, wasn't it? I have to calm the hell down before I go and do something stupid. And yet, as his mind was screaming at him that this was the future mother of Itachi and Sasuke. But after what he did to Fukaku, that didn't seem like it was going to happen. But there was a part of him. As he tried to push down the attraction, he could not. It clung like a stain to his brain, as he tried to clean it, but it would not go away, no matter how hard he scrubbed. Well, you're certainly not unattractive, he said, as the word just came out of his mouth. Well, when you put it that way, begin. She threw the first punch. It was a fast move, but it was only a feint as she moved closer, her other hand pulling a kunai as she launched it. As Naruto felt something click against his teeth, his body just moved on its own, his instinct screaming at him as he caught it. He realized he caught a kunai in his teeth. What the hell? But she gave him no time to celebrate his victory. Her other hand came towards him, but he pulled himself back. He flipped the kunai in his mouth. As he biked down on it before, he flicked it with his tongue alone. She tilted her head, but her cheek got sliced. He had flicked the kunai just that fast. She then moved, as she appeared above him, dropping a heel. As Naruto moved the feet, passing him, as he could see everything. His hand then shot out like a blur. She tried to block, but his speed was just that great. As his fist connected in her stomach, she was thrown. She collapsed on the ground, unmoving. Naruto's eyes went wide. What the hell was up with this body of his? Could he have killed her with just one blow? As he rushed over towards her as she gasped. I'm sorry, said Naruto. I guess I just don't know my own strength. Impressive, she said. Your strength exceeds everything I thought it would be. Truly. As promised, no, said Naruto. What? She said. I said no. He felt like he was making the biggest blunder of his life. But he didn't care. Don't force yourself for the sake of your clan. I detest things like that. Naruto hated when people lied to themselves. He wanted no part of this if she didn't truly want him. And for a moment he thought he was right as she looked towards him, her dark eyes focusing intensely on his. She got to her feet still, wincing a bit because of the hit to her stomach. As she tilted her head to the side, she looked at him with an amused look. Like she found his small speech a bit funny. He didn't know why he was telling the truth. Who said I was forcing anything, you fool, she said, as she grabbed him and pulled him close, their faces centimeters apart. I wasn't lying when I said I want you. Huh? That was all that came out, as she planted her lips on his. He tried to resist, as he gained a momentary strength as he pulled back. We can't do this. Oh, but I think we can, as she kissed him once more, pulling him to the shade out of the sunlight. In fact, we're going to. Right here. Right now, she said. There was just something about the way she said those words, as he could feel himself trying to fight it off, but a part of him didn't want to let it go. As he realized right then and there, he was wrong. She wasn't forcing herself into anything. She wanted this. And understanding and knowing that, he felt a primal instinct kicked in. As his self-control crumbled, and that instinct of his, the primal part kicked in as he wrapped his arms around her. Time skip. You're sending me where? I've explained this twice to you, Naruto. Sarutobi said. Do you honestly expect the third? Naruto cut in, yes. because it made me feel all warm and cozy inside. As he deadpanned, it was different from when he was in his youth. The eyes that he looked at the third with was completely different. The admiration, the feeling that he had when he was younger, when he saw the man in the seat as a Hokage. Ever since he could remember when he was younger, he wanted to take the hat. But the war changed something about him. As he realized how difficult it was, how hard it was to make commands, to do things that might put certain people in danger that you didn't want to make the hard choices. It was truly difficult. The weight of those choices could forever change one's life. That was what it meant to be a Hokage. When he was younger, he was quite delusional, thinking that it would just be fun and games to become Hokage. But in the war, he saw the true responsibility of that. Very well, but this is the last time. Whatever you say, Hokage-sama, said Naruto. God, calling the man that felt weird as hell. Hiruzen sighed, as he seemed like a old relaxed person yet so calm. Naruto was never good at reading the old man moods. When he was younger, he never knew when he was pleased or pissed off. Just like that, Naruto's eyes went wide as he realized his death. That wasn't for many years, but still. Obito and Madara wasn't the only enemy. There was another one though. If left unchecked, Orochimaru would leave the village and torment thousands of innocent souls. Not to mention the ones that he killed. His gaze turned back towards Hiruzen as he spoke. In short, you'll be part of the joint envoy to the Hidden Sand. They've recently sighted Hidden Stone scouts on their border, and tensions are high throughout the entire nation, as they're one of our only allies at the present. I can't stress the importance of this. They lack our military might, but many talented shinobis have come under their banner. As he fixed Naruto with a pointed gaze, as Naruto wondered what he meant by that. Was he saying that he would be better off there? What? Said Naruto. Oh, it's nothing. It's just difficult to reconcile your actions with your ancestors, given your resemblance. Ah, so that is what it was. Wait, that was the last thing that Naruto wanted. I gotta get this cut, Naruto thought, as he touched a hand towards his hair. He didn't want anyone comparing it to him. And why not? Here's an axe. Because I'm my own man, said Naruto. I don't want to share the present with some bloody ancestor. Well said. Now, as I said, you'll be departing tomorrow at daybreak for the sake of renewing our truce. As Naruto could not hold back his groan. Is there a problem? Here's an axe. Need I remind you, I've only been here for 2 days, said Naruto. Annoyance creeping into his voice. 3, if you count today. He was hoping to do some recon on the village, to integrate himself with the clans. Probably do some social building in the village that would guide better future events. Being sent out as an envoy to another village wasn't exactly a part of the plan, especially since he just arrived. This seemed a bit sketchy if he was not lying. Not to mention, he knew absolutely nothing about this sand except for Gaara and his siblings. Oh yeah, he knew his mother name. What was Gaara's mother name again? As he tried to remember. Something like Karora, wasn't it not? He put that in the back of his mind for later. I thought I would have at least a week before you start to send me on missions or something important, said Naruto. You've generated a lot of interest in other nations, Hiruzen said. As much as I would like to give you some time, I'm afraid that is no longer an option. Besides, Hiruzen said that smile. You're still wearing that whole headband, are you not? As Naruto realized he didn't remove the damn thing. Sentimental value and whatnot. Well, I guess you have me there. Precisely, Hiruzen said. As the sand is our ally, I see no reason to refuse your requests, unless you have a problem. Inwardly, Naruto frowned. This threw a wrench in his plans, but he couldn't object without sounding foolish. He already resolved not to tell anyone that he was from the future. The Shinigami also told him not to. Not to mention they could not know because the false memories that Shinigami gave him were overlapping his. So even if a Yamanaka came in, they would think that he was crazy. No, I can't say I have any problem. I take it you're gonna assign me an escort. My pupils will escort you. This is an errant mission. As much as I would like to, I can't send you alone. He made no mention of his turmoil that came from obliterating Fukaku. A message had been sent to the village upon Naruto doing that. To stand against Madara Uchiha descendant was to face death or even worse. It wasn't certain that if the man would ever wake up from the coma that he was currently in. For all intents purposes, the man might just be gone. So it's gonna be just me and the Sonnins in the desert. Fun, said Naruto. Naruto hears him said. It was the same tone that he used when he was serious back in the past. I suspect you already know this, but we're at war with the other nations. Assassinations, power changing hands. That is common in this era. The Stone, Kumo, Kire, amongst others. I would greatly appreciate your discretion in these matters. Although it seemed like a traveling task for one such as yourself, I don't have to stress that the chance of running into resistance is very high. What? Afraid I'm gonna burn a few bodies, said Naruto. Unless you're business with the clan heiress. Hiruzen said, as Naruto froze. What the hell? The old man knew. He didn't know how, but the old man knew. Well, it was the middle of the afternoon, and the training ground was unguarded, where they had sex. How? Said Naruto. I have my ways, said Sarutobi. As he simply smiled. Make no mistake, Sarutobi said. I approve. It was good that you were able to integrate in your clan so seamlessly. A knock on the door interrupt anything else from going further. Yes, come in, said Sarutobi. As Naruto saw them, Tsunade's already seen before, so her appearance wasn't that surprising. Eroseni was a bit younger, without lines in his face, but it was him. He was alive. As Naruto wanted to move and give the man a strong hug. As it became worse when he spoke, you called for us, old man. I'm not that old, said Sarutobi. But Naruto could not laugh or find it funny because the other one came in. Anger. As he looked towards him. Is this him, Sensei? Yes, this is the young man I spoke to you about. Interesting. Naruto's Sharingan activated on their own, as he had to fight the urge down, as he looked at those golden eyes. Orochimaru of the Sannin. He had been rather different by the time war came around, but he did not trust the snake, not one bit. He might not be evil yet, but that didn't make him any less dangerous, not to mention the way he looked at him. Hearing that he was the descendant of Madara must have got him really jumpy, and it made things worse that he was a Uchiha. The man would definitely be interested in his eyes. Orochimaru chuckled. Why so serious? I meant you no harm. As he saw Naruto Sharingan looking at him. Lies, lies, lies. Murder, betrayal. As all of those words flooded his mind. As Naruto could end his life with one of his new acquired jutsus, Madara Eyes had opened up a variant of techniques. His Rasen Shuriken and his Rasengan seemed like they were a drop in a vast ocean of jutsus. An ocean that he could bury the man in. He would have to get rid of him without anyone noticing. An idea popped into his head. Orochimaru would be suffering an accident a few days from now. Yes, a bad accident that would leave him unable to go on, Naruto thought to himself. Sorry, but I don't like guys, he said. Tsunade opened her mouth to speak, as Naruto accidentally slipped up. Oh, calm down, Grandma, he said. Let your boyfriend over there fight his own battles. Her face turned red with anger. Why, you little, we're not involved at all, she said. Jiraiya threw his head back and started to laugh, breaking some of the tension in the room. That was a good one. I like this guy. As he extended a hand towards Naruto. Nice to meet you, kid. I'm Jiraiya. Hope we can get along. As Naruto gripped the hand. Same, he said. Just be thankful I don't got to stick up my ass like the rest of my clan. I heard it from Sarutobi, but you're really not like the rest of your clan, are you? Nope. Must be my perverted streak, said Naruto. That was a lie, but that is what Jiraiya was known for, so that would get him closer to the man. As Jiraiya's eyes seemed to sparkle. Is that so, he said. Good to see you're getting along, Sarutobi said. You know your assignment. The four of you will be leaving towards the border, to the hidden sand immediately. I pray you succeed. A wave of his wrist summoned some pack, as they were all given one. As Naruto checked to see some canteens, several things, and there was also a small ninjato. As Naruto glanced towards Hiruzen. Consider this your first mission as a Konoha shinobi. Do well, and I can guarantee your rank of joining upon your return. Unless you rather join the Anvu. No, said Naruto. That summoned another memory, Naruto thought. The root. You'd have to weed them out. Their despicable deeds would be corrupting Konoha through time. Joining is just fine. I won't let you down, said Naruto. As Naruto pulled the blade, as it was pitch black. If it wasn't for the pitch black, it almost reminded him of the sword the White Fang used to wield. Oh yeah, Kakashi's father was still around. He had to go check on that before the man committed seppuku. Well, you're certainly eager, said Jiraiya, I can give you that. You can count on us, old man, if worse come to worse. And it won't, Naruto added. We'll take care of him, Tsunade said. Like he said, we won't let you down. As he looked towards him, I cannot stress to you before how important this is. If our allies fall, then so do we. You must realize how dependent we are on the stand for weapons now. The Tonto that you're holding right now, Naruto, is a gift from their finest blacksmith. They thought that you might need some encouragement to venture out of the village. It is yours to keep. So villagers are bribing me to get my attention, Naruto thought, as he gave his new toy a test swing. Not that he would betray Konoha, but a weapon like this would definitely come in handy down the road. Madara had been known to the entire world, so his descendant would be quite alluring to the other nations. But did they really think a simple weapon would get him to betray his village and come to them? You're all dismissed. As they all nodded, once they left, no funny business this time, said Tsunade. I am not in the mood for it. As Naruto tilted his head to say, huh? But something else came out. Say the girl who got knocked on her ass. Her face flushed with embarrassment as Jiraiya snickered. I've never seen someone got under Tsunade's skin like that before. I will kill the both of you, she said. So what do you think of Konoha so far? Jiraiya said, ignoring her as they walked through the market. I mean, you are taking a tour, but did anything stand out? As Naruto thought about the past, remember tried to water walk when he met Jiraiya. That was the day the word Erasenin was born. As he smirked, well, I've enjoyed the hot spring so far. Jiraiya looked like he just found a long-lost relative. My brother, he said. Tsunade groaned. If you two idiots are quite done. Yes, yes, said Naruto. Is there something you'd like to say? An insult, perhaps? Or would you want to try and punch me again? We all know how well that worked out. Tsunade frowned. The three of us will be taking the lead, she said. You will provide support. After all, we will never hear the end of it from Lucius if we made their precious golden boy got hurt. I can handle myself, said Naruto. Right, she said. You got lucky the other day, you punk. Try something like that again, and I'll snap your spine in half. Geez, said Naruto. Are you this violent with Dan? Who in the blue hell is that? As Naruto froze, it seems she hasn't met the love of her life yet. Better not mention Nawaki, he thought to himself. Look, you little shit. I don't know what games you're trying to play, or what you've been doing out there in the wild, but... As Naruto looked towards her, he realized something. Dealing with Tsunade as a Hokage was much better, but her in her brazen youth, she was much more violent and easily angered. But something seemed strange. The way they walk, it seems like they were not just an envoy. And the way she was trying to structure the mission. You wouldn't happen to have something against me, Tsunade-chan, he asked. She snapped around towards him. Yes, I have something against you. You are new, untested, untrained. And quite frank, I don't trust you. You've already proven your temper, insulted the two of us, and you're a pervert just like Jiraiya. So no, I don't think we'll be getting along anytime soon, she said. Before the war, Naruto would have flinched if she rounded on him like that. But now he didn't even bat an eye. You hear that, he said as he looked toward Jiraiya. She think we're a couple of perverts. As Jiraiya laughed, but I am no mere pervert. Neither am I, said Naruto. That's right, we are super perverts, both of them said. As they sling an arm around each other's shoulders, there was silence. And then, let's go, Tsunade, Orochimaru said. Leave the fools to their delusion of grandeur. As Naruto flashed in front of them in the sunshine. Hey, no need to be hasty. I don't really care about the snake bastard, but if you hate me this much, Tsunade-chan, what do you say about a wager? You win, and I won't speak to you for the rest of my days. A simple contest. She paused, as she thought about it. And what if you win? Then you have to make an effort to be nice to me, said Naruto. At least try to get to know me before you start to condemn me. How about that, he asked. That's it, she said. Yep, said Naruto, as he knew that she loved to make bets and wagers. As Naruto struck the ground with his feet. The ground raised up into a podium of sort. Orochimaru realized what Naruto was gonna do. As in his mind he stood no chance. Tsunade's strength was legendary. He was a fool to challenge her. Arm wrestling? Yep, said Naruto. Unless you're afraid, he asked. Tell you what, I won't even use my Sharingan, just brute strength. You pinned me once and I give up. No 2 out of 3 or anything. And me, and vice versa. Tsunade looked at him like he was crazy. Are you serious? As Naruto placed his hand on the table. She placed her hand down. You do realize you're gonna lose, right? As Naruto merely laughed. Some of the villagers wondered what they were doing. Are you ready? He asked. Ready. And go. To her credit, she budged him. An inch or two, but Naruto knew all her tells. He had 3 seconds before she snapped his arm in half. He was by no means stronger than her, but years of war had get him to become clever. So before he could be pummeled down, he swung out his feet, as she thought that he was going to try and attack her. But that few seconds allowed him to use his speed over her. Bam! The back of her hand struck the stone pavement, shattering it. As Tsunade looked at him. You bastard, she said. How did you know that would work? As he simply wiggled his eyebrows. A ninja must look beneath the beneath, Tsunade-chan, he said. As Naruto saw red hair in the crowd. Well now, he greeted a clone. What do we have here? Kushina was a bit dejected as she walked. It has been 3 days since she has seen Naruto now, since he was taken away. Apparently he was the talk of the town, as he had won against a Uchiha. That came as no surprise to her, having seen his techniques. She knew that he was more of a match for most people. But where had he gone? Surely he hadn't get himself thrown out of the village. If so, she would have at least wanted to say goodbye. When asked, Minato had expressed some release vibes, saying that strangers like him cannot be trusted during a war. Kushina was sure that there was more to Minato animosity, but he didn't elaborate on that, as he was hard in work at a new jutsu, and he didn't want anyone to see it until it was completed. As she heard rumors that he was a long-lost descendant of Madara Uchiha, a genius prodigy, and his skills were unmatched. She tried to ask Mikoto, but she was tight-lipped on it, about his whereabouts and what he was up to. And her best friend was currently on a mission. Due to Kumo kidnapping event, she was confined to the village at the moment. She had arrived at the marketplace as someone claimed that someone just beat the legendary Tsunade Tazanin in an arm wrestling contest, but they were gone. She heard that he was some wisecracking Uchiha. She had no doubt that it was Naruto. But damn, she just missed him. Oi, Kushina-chan. She looked up, as Naruto was above her, on the building as he jumped down. Naruto, she said. Yo, he said. I was looking for you, he said. The first thing she noticed was his attire. He had outfitted himself for a long journey. Had he truly been exiled for his actions already? Not to press you or anything, but are you... Am I? Said Naruto. Please don't leave already, she said. Leave? Said Naruto. What are you talking about? I've been assigned to a mission, that's all. A big one too. Kind of a hush-hush thing. She breathed a sigh in relief. He was coming back. It was just a mission. Unless he got killed. No, she couldn't think that. But if he got killed, this would be the last time that she would be seeing him. She knew that her mind was just thinking of possibility to do what she actually wanted to do. There's an old saying from where I come from, said Naruto. Even when a lion hunts a rabbit, he gives it his all. That's the kind of man I am. So even on a mission like this, I'm prepared to go all out, he said. Hey, were you worried about me, he asked, as he was smirking. You ass, she said. He simply smiled. I'll be fine. No, it's not that. It's just... it all made sense. She still felt indebted to him for saving her 3 years ago. It was only natural she wanted to know more about him. But the thing was, she was... No, wait. He wasn't even Naruto Uzumaki anymore. But yet she was still Kushina Uzumaki. But he was now Naruto Uchiha. Damn it was just so confusing. But still kind of weird. It's nothing special, she said. Don't talk like that, said Naruto. You're a hero to the village after all. A hero? What makes you say that? Well, you do hold back the Kyuubi, do you not? Preventing him from escaping. It is really obvious. Why should anyone mistreat you for your sacrifice? I certainly won't, if you didn't take him inside your body. This village might not exist anymore. And for that you are a hero. No matter what anyone says, he said, place the hand on both of her shoulders. You are a hero, Kushina Uzumaki. As she was looking down, why, you're really trying to make me fall for you, aren't you? Huh? It came so suddenly. One moment she was looking down, the next moment, she kissed him. As she stood on the tips of her toes and kissed him. So surprised was the clone, it poofed away instantly. As Kushina was confused, she kissed a shadow clone. But even so, she had kissed him. She thought to herself, back with the real Naruto. Oh dear. He was kissed. By Kushina. Why the hell did he enjoy it? She was supposed to be his mother or not. He didn't even know anymore. The very thought of it was disturbing, but at the same time, it wasn't that bad. But damn it! It seems you're having fun, partner. Naruto froze, that voice. No, it wasn't Kurama. He knew that voice. He knew exactly who it belonged to. He remembered the waterfall of truth. You. Yes, it's me. As he saw his darker half with the red eyes. You son of a bitch. Get out of my relax, partner, said Yami Naruto. I'm not here to cause trouble, if anything. I'm here to congratulate you. Getting two women at once, that takes some doing, even without my help. I didn't know you had it in ya. For the record, I've only been with one, the other. Hey, don't put any ideas in my head, said Naruto. Whatever you say, boss, as he laughed. I look forward to your future exploits. As he returned back to Naruto's mind quiet. As he arrived at the gate, as Tsunade gave the order as the gates opened up. Time skip. The last time they'd been in Land of Wing, he wasn't able to take in the hidden sand. They were going after Gara, trying to stop him from dying after all, so they were kind of in a rush. How ironic, this time it was not one of rescue. Their mission was to maintain tides with the hidden sand. But it felt wrong, the way they were traveling. This feels wrong, because it is. The angry voice of Manda said, as Naruto looked down towards the snake, to think I, the mighty Manda, would be reduced to carrying you lot across the desert. Just because you were attacked once, you whelp, that doesn't give you the right to summon me. As he was talking to Orochimaru, come now, Manda. I've already promised you the fill of any enemies that we might come across, of which we have seen none, since those mere annoyance were just mid-afternoon snack. As those guys had been crushed, turned into bloody smears on the sand behind them. As Orochimaru had summoned the boss snake, simply to scare the piss out of the stone shinobis. But Manda decided to kill all of them for merely being in his presence. Maybe you shouldn't have called him Tsunade Shouty because the winds were quite violent. You know how he can be. Yeah, I'm not too comfortable riding on top of a reptile who wants to eat me, said Naruto. It can't be helped, Orochimaru said. This is the only way to conserve our chakra. Jiraiya summon and Tsunade slugs will just dry up out here. Besides, no one will dare attack us with someone like him around. But Manda was still complaining. Hey, scaly face, we heard you the first time. I had half a mind to just leave you here for that remark, Manda said. Oh, you wouldn't dare, said Jiraiya. And why is that? Orochimaru. Oh, it seems that he doesn't intend to cooperate. Naruto-san, if you would. Would what? Said Manda, as he had no idea what they were up to. As Naruto looked right in the snake's eyes with his Sharingan activated. Look into my eyes. You're getting very sleepy, he said. No, said Manda, as he was terrified at the mere sight of the legendary dojutsu. There's no need for that. Fine. Hey, remind me to stay on your good side, kid, said Jiraiya, as he wrote down something on a pad. What are you writing? Said Naruto. He had a good idea what it was. Oh, this? It's just a novel I'm working on. It wouldn't be called Ichi-Ichi Paradise, now would it? Said Naruto. Jiraiya spun around. Who told you? Let me guess. It was that Minato, wasn't it? That damn kid. Is he trying to ruin my life work? Naruto waved off his anger. It wasn't a squirt, said Naruto. It felt weird to call the man that. Sharingan, remember? I can just read your pencil strokes. From there, it was just a matter of pasting letters together. And, wait a minute. Why the hell is my name in there, said Naruto? You just switch the letters around. And isn't that so? Shh! Jiraiya covered Naruto's mouth, as he was about to say Tsunade. Do you want to die? He asked. Naruto remembered what Tsunade did to Jiraiya the last time. Why am I not surprised? Instead of attacking them, Tsunade only yawned. Only you would write a novel like that, Jiraiya, she said. Jiraiya got up. In outrage. That's right, said Naruto. Don't step on a man romance. She raised her eyebrow. And what is so romantic about an erotic novel? As she gave them a really dangerous look. As Naruto looked down towards the book, if she would see her name right now. As both of them pale, Orochimaru chuckled. You really are two peas in a pod. As Naruto glanced towards Orochimaru, he had to remind himself that the man was not evil yet. He would make some changes though. As he remembered in the past, the first had been a lack of recognition. More and more he found himself growing away from his comrade, lost in his pursuit of jutsu. When his name was placed for candidate for Fort Akagi, the man was happy, but Minato was then chosen instead. That was a straw that broke the camel back. As Naruto could somehow sympathize with the man. It was weird, but being the container for the Kyuubi, people treated him like complete crap because of him having the demon inside of him. No one trying to teach him or even help him one bit. Wait, why the hell was he trying to save Konoha again? Because of your friends and family. Right, that. For once, Naruto was great for Yami interference. Maybe sometimes the voice in your head wasn't bad at all. If Orochimaru could prove that he had some small of good in him, if he could change the man maybe, it was not necessary to kill him after all. But if the time came he wouldn't hesitate. But it would just be wrong for Konoha to lose one of their more prominent shinobi. In this early stage in the war, it would break their morale. As Naruto didn't know that much, but there was a war that was going to happen in the mist. And the rain would get dragged into it, that's it. An idea formed in his head regarding Kiri. The bloodline purge was going to happen a little before the third Shinobi War, so that hadn't started yet. That meant a number of clans out there were under the suffering of the Mad Mizukage, but it hadn't been brutal yet. But that persecution presented the opportunity. So did the Hidden Rain, if he was able to tag along on that mission. It will be difficult, but the chance of meeting Nagato, Yaiko and Konan was simply too good to pass up. Clever, said Yami. Pull something like that off, and you would not only change the outcome of this war. As Naruto agreed, if he was able to bring those three back to Konoha, instead of leaving them behind, Akatsuki would not be born. No Akatsuki meant no Bichu hunting. No Bichu hunting meant no Eye of the Moon plan. Easy there, Tiger. Already he was getting ahead of himself, as his mind swirled with the things that this change could cause. But first he needed to finish his mission and become Jonin. As he turned towards Orochimaru, so, got any student, Orochimaru, he asked. It was time that he began on the man. But guys, to be in subscribe right here, for the next part to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification stay posted, remember share to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, remember to stay in tune for the rest of what is coming your way over at Anime King 3. An Anime King, yes that's right, I did have 3 channels that post what fun every single day. Yes, there's no mistaking what you heard every single day guys. So I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. And remember to turn on that bell notification because as I said, I post every single day so it's a lot. And yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna be getting out of here right now. See you guys soon, peace.